Welcome to Lanna News, where we will be covering international news. We have a lot to cover today.
Let's start off, as always, with the status of COVID-19. Currently, there are 127 million cases worldwide and over 2.78 million deaths. In Thailand, there are currently 28,734 cases with 94 deaths.
For this week, we'll start off by covering the blockage of the Suez Canal. A vast ship has blocked the Suez Canal, and the Dutch emergency response team has responded by, among other ways, with this one being one of the more dramatic, lifted Russia's Kursk's nuclear submarine from the Barents Sea floor in an attempt to recover the clear of the canal. It could take weeks to clear the canal, as quoted, because the ship is currently being strained by unnatural forces. We don't want it to rip or tear in half during the salvage, unquote. In addition, even though lives are not as at risk of now, economic interest in one of the world's busiest shipping lanes is making this an urgent situation that is in need of swift and critical actions.
Moving on onto our second news story, North Korea has claimed to be launching new tactile-guided missiles. It was the first ballistic launch North Korea has launched in almost a year. The President of the United States of America, Joe Biden, has responded by saying the U.S. will respond accordingly. For further information, under UN Security Council resolutions, North Korea is actually banned from testing ballistic missiles. And from what has been heard and said so far, the plausible reasons North Korea is testing weapons now is because they can and they have new weapons to try out. It seems like Mr. Kim Jong-un is flexing his military muscles to the world, but he's portraying an image of economic reformer to his people. And lastly, we have just been informed of more news in Myanmar.
The killing of more than 100 anti-coup protesters in Myanmar has drawn global outrage, with defense ministers from 12 nations condemning the military. The U.S. accused the security forces of a reign of terror on Saturday, the deadliest day since last month's coup. Coup leader Min Aung and his generals still threw a lavish party that night for Armed Forces Day. On Sunday, funerals were held, with some reports the military had tried to intervene in the morning.
More than 400 people have been killed in the suppression of protests in Myanmar since the first February coup. Let's move on to school news with I and Aichen.
Now on to school news. First up, house points. In first place, we have Artemis with 10,720 points. In second place, Apollo with 10,489 points. In third place, Athena with 10,159 points. And lastly, Aphrodite with 9,810 points. Congratulations to those in Apollo House that won the raffle. As for the rest of you, keep your eyes open for other upcoming events and earn more points for your house. The more you participate, the more chance you'll get the money. Also, well done to Elvis from year 8 who won the chess competition. His victory has propelled Artemis into the lead.
Now on to sports. We are still in Season 4 of CMAC. As you all know by now, the sports we have are U12 futsal, U14 volleyball, JV volleyball, CMAC swimming, CMAC badminton, and varsity futsal. Although it's a little late, you can still join these sports. Best of luck to those who are in the teams.
Lastly, upcoming school events. The play of Monster Calls has been a huge success, as expected from Miss Kelly. Thank you to all the cast, crew, and teachers for your participation in making this come to life.
Another event that will be held not in our school but in Prem is the Dance Fest. It will be held on Wednesday 28th of April from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. The entry fee will be 50 baht. Be sure to enter, and if not, go along to support your friends.
Have a good Songkran break.
Anyways, toodles!